Hello, hello, hello. Amanda Gregg with Starring Evil coming to you with what I like to call my Friday spark. It's usually something that I've been thinking about during the week or something that I've learned that I really, really want to share with you all today. So, today we're going to be talking about stress levels and also how this releases adrenaline into our body, and then some tools and really simple movements that can help us through that awareness and help us move through that. So I'm excited to share that with you. Just a quick thing about me, I am passionate about connecting women with their body and getting comfortable in their body. Because as we introduce movement, as we introduce mindfulness, and we realize that there is energy that surrounds us and within us all the time, but as we do that, we can actually move past stress, we can move through procrastination, and we can then be the best version of ourselves for us and for those that we love and care for. So, with that, today, again, with these stress levels. So, I know as we're sitting here today in midst of the COVID-19 and working through our different feelings that we're having on an ongoing basis, I thought this was really, really timely. And I learned this from another individual that has something called the Pressure Free You, and her name is Elle. And the techniques that she gave in just a quick online class the other evening were just so perfect for right now. And I know that she started sharing this and told people just to share it and keep moving it forward. So I want to share that with you today. So as stress comes our way, there is that moment where we are in the awareness of knowing that that stress is coming up for us. And it can look different in all um, different ways for each individual. And so it is really something for you to start discovering of what are some of your triggers that are stress related for you. It can be something that's maybe going on with your family, with your significant other, with your kids, with just what's going on media-wise, and those type of things. Now, what happens when stress comes into our life? We have this 10-second window. So a very short window, but at the same time, a very long window that we have this opportunity to be in awareness, to be awake, and say, okay, this stress is coming my way, and if we don't do anything about it, what happens in our body? Hormones are released. One of the hormones that is released is called adrenaline. And it's been talked about that actually in our culture that we can be adrenaline junkies, that we are always moving with this adrenaline and that we can start getting addicted to it. And so adrenaline, what happens is as it's released in our body, causes an imbalance to our system and moves us into that fight or flight, which we've talked about. That is the sympathetic system. And what we're trying to move to as we introduce mindfulness and energy and movement, we are trying to move to the parasympathetic, so the rest and digest. And in that system, we are balancing our body so that it is not too much in the adrenaline state or too much in the relaxed state. It's very, very balanced in that. And so, as you think about that, and as this adrenaline starts to come into your body, then what happens is that other hormones are released, and the balance of that actually takes a while. So, interesting factoid about this is that for women, it takes 24 hours for our body to rebalance. For men, it takes 9 hours. And so, I just want you to take that in because that is really huge. So, on the molecular structure of our body and our cells, we are unable to then take in nutrition. Our body is unable to take in some of that nutrition that we need, and it doesn't take in some of those vitamins and things like that because it's in this state, and it has to use some of those to actually balance itself out. And so, with that, I just want you to think about that we have this opportunity of those 10 seconds when that stress is coming into our awareness, that we can change that. So I'm going to give you a few of the movements that Elle introduced, and I think they were just so neat. If you do search Pressure Free You, you can actually find more about this. But I'm just sharing the very simple version that she gave us the other night. So, what happens when we are aware that that stress is coming into our life? We can actually stop, take a breath, and smile. So, the first step is smiling. I know not all the time is that something that we can do, but when we smile, it actually tricks our body into a different state. So, smiling. And then the other one is actually just making emotion. So, it could either be like a 3 point shot, or it could be like you're pushing a Ferris wheel. So, you're actually pushing and you're moving your wrists. So, just pushing. And that is that. And then when you bring your arms down in that, then your body and your rib cage actually is just at a little bit of a different place, that then you can look at that situation and that stress, and it actually comes in differently and allows you to have what she calls that pressure free opportunity, where your body is not going to release that adrenaline, and you're going to be in a different state to look at the situation from a different point of view. So I just want you to try that. Just play with that, test it out over the next week and see how that works for you. And what I think is a little bit funny is, let's say that the situation for me with my family, there's something coming up, and I take those 10 seconds and smile, and right in front of them, I just move my arms and just be able to come back down and then deal with that situation. So I think it's kind of interesting to use that as we move forward, and it can actually perhaps even make the person that maybe you're responding to laugh, or just kind of change the situation entirely. So I really, really thank you for being here with me today for the Friday Spark. I hope that it sparks something different for you to use that mindfulness, movement, and energy in your life, and just take that moment for awareness. So thanks again, and I'll see you again soon. Have a good day.